If you've been an MMA fan long enough, you must have heard how Demetrious Johnson, aka Mighty Mouse, is often said to be the best MMA fighter we have ever seen.
Who's the greatest fighter you ever saw?
It's hard to say, but it might have been Mighty Mouse. Because when Mighty Mouse was in his prime, he was so magnificent. He was so fast, and he was doing things that you couldn't believe how he could do. He hit a dude with a suplex and caught him with an armbar on the way down.
Lay there. Oh, whoa! Oh! He threw him right into an armbar. Phenomenal!
Oh, there it is! Demetrious Johnson!
But how true is that? Was he really that good? And if so, why? How come the UFC basically erased him from its history if he was so good?
Ben Askren to be traded to the UFC in exchange for Demetrious Johnson to be traded to one championship.
And still, the undisputed UFC Flyweight Champion of the world.
Well, we are here to break down how good he really was. When you think about the greatest fighters in MMA, names like Anderson Silva, Jon Jones, and George St-Pierre usually come up. But Mighty Mouse, he's surprisingly often left out of those conversations. And honestly, it's a crime. Let's fix that. The first thing we should mention is his professional record. Demetrious Johnson retired with a professional record of 25 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw. Pretty good, but we've seen better records. However, if you only looked at his record, you would miss out on some pretty serious accomplishments he managed to do throughout his career. The dude, until very recently, held the record for the most consecutive title defenses in UFC history, with 11 title defenses, which translates into more than 2,100 days of dominance in the flyweight division. The only person with more consecutive title defenses is Jon Jones with 12. And it's not just the number of wins, it's who he beat and how. Joseph Benavidez, one of the best flyweights of all time. Johnson beat him twice. Dodson, a knockout artist with serious speed. Johnson beat him twice too.
First takedown in a while.
Aspects.
Nice knee. 200 significant strikes.
The undisputed UFC.
Henry Cejudo, an Olympic gold medalist and future double champion. Johnson beat him.
Henry Cejudo. Cardio conditioning, never a question for the champ.
Hands and knee. Oh, beautiful elbow. Those knees are coming out of nowhere. He stunned him.
He's trying to finish it. It is all over.
You see a new look from him every time.
Demetrious Johnson is probably right now the best ever. The best ever, yeah, I agree. Like, man, when I talk about confidence and skills, man.
Though Cejudo did get his revenge in their rematch, which was one of the closest fights of Johnson's career. And anyone who manages to give Cejudo a run for his money must be considered one of the best MMA fighters at the time. And while some might say that he has mostly fought no-name opponents, well, they couldn't be more wrong. You've more than likely heard of Rodtang, the Iron Man. He and DJ fought special rules fight back in 2022, where the rounds would be alternating between Muay Thai and MMA rules. And anyone who agrees to step into the cage with Rodtang, who has over 270 wins in Muay Thai, and fight him even for a round with Muay Thai rules is a lunatic. Thankfully, DJ is a lunatic, but with a ludicrous skill set. He managed to keep his head on his shoulders for the first round, even though Rodtang was throwing bombs, and quickly submitted Rodtang in the second when he could finally use his full arsenal. Even outside the UFC, in one championship, Johnson continued to prove he was elite, winning the Flyweight Grand Prix and showing he could hang with the best in the world. No matter the promotion, before retiring in late 2024, Johnson proved that he is the apex predator no matter which organization. The Trilogy fight between him and Adriano Moraes was a treat, although it didn't start out well for DJ. In their first fight, Moraes shocked the world by knocking Johnson out with a brutal knee. The first time Mighty Mouse had ever been finished.
Got caught by Moraes. The knee of the jaw. DJ's head. It's good night, Irene.
Adriano Moraes.
But Mighty Mouse evened the score in style by knocking out Moraes in the exact same manner he knocked him out the previous fight.
Slightly smaller movements.
Oh, big right, DJ. He's standing. Big knee.
Undisputed. One.
And well, of course, there had to be a third fight to sell the score. which DJ won by unanimous decision.
DJ couldn't possibly be more relaxed. Now it's Moraes on the charge. DJ right back on the left. And
he's forcing the action on this line in this third and final match between these two.
DJ would go on to be inducted into the One Hall of Fame, and he is still the only Hall of Famer in the One Championship organization. We should also mention at least some of his other accomplishments, of which there are many. Most wins in UFC flyweight title fights, third most wins in UFC title fights overall, and most UFC flyweight title fights in history. He also earned multiple Fight of the Night honors and holds the record for the most post-fight bonuses in the UFC flyweight division. Johnson also has the 5th longest unbeaten streak, 5th most takedowns landed, and the most control time in the flyweight division in UFC history. He was also awarded so many awards for Fighter of the Year or Submission of the Year by so many fight magazines and publications that it's hard to keep track. Oh, and he had won 2 IBJJF championships in his division, so his grappling was pretty insane. But what really made Mighty Mouse stand out was his fighting style and IQ. The guy was a Swiss Army knife in human form. He could strike with the best of them, wrestle like a Division I champion, and submit you in ways you didn't even think were possible. DJ was also quick on the feet, excellent at head movement, distance management, and setting up traps. Remember that flying armbar he hit on Rayborg? One of the wildest finishes we've ever seen. How did he get so good? DJ did wrestle in high school, where he was quite good, where he placed 3rd and 2nd in the state in his junior and senior years. And like any other legend of the sport, DJ had started training MMA while working in construction, which seems to be the best base for MMA. Soon after, he would go 9-0 in his amateur career before going pro and signing with World Extreme Cage Fighting. DJ would lose his first fight due to a size difference and win his next 2 fights before signing with the UFC, where he would dominate for years. So why the heck would the UFC get rid of such a talented fighter? Well, it's somewhat complicated, but nonetheless stupid. Part of it was the flyweight division itself. Despite Johnson's dominance, the UFC never seemed to fully invest in promoting the division or its fighters. Flyweights didn't have the same star power as the heavier weight classes. And let's be real, MMA fans can be a little obsessed with knockouts. Johnson's technical mastery and decision wins didn't always translate to casual fan appeal, even if they were a masterclass in skill. Mighty Mouse also wanted to leave since he was getting paid a frankly embarrassingly low pay. And you probably already know that Dana practically traded Mighty Mouse for Ben Askren with 1 championship. Let's just say that one got the better part of that deal. So, was Demetrious Johnson the GOAT? Well, that's up for debate. But what's not up for debate is that he was one of the most skilled, innovative, and dominant fighters we've ever seen. Whether you rank him in the top 5, top 10, or top 15, one thing is clear: Mighty Mouse was a legend. And we're gonna say it. If he was a few feet taller and about 100 pounds heavier, he would be better than Jon Jones without all the drama. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video. While you are here, check out one of the great videos on the screen.